you to save them by being vegan from now on. Hello, welcome to our live stream. I'm Miss Katie, that vegan teacher. We're going to listen to this song about the animals. You can't see the animals, they're hidden from your sight. Their terrified eyes are pleading with all their might for you to save them by being vegan from now on. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'm Miss Katie, that vegan teacher, and I've been vegan now for almost 10 years. And if you want to come in and talk to me, that would be awesome. Love to hear from you. I'm just going to take off my watch here and plug it in because it is morning here in Italy. It is actually, well, it's 20 to 10. And I appreciate you guys being here to learn about the animals. Just remember that if you are here, it already is a good sign. It shows that you are intelligent because you are curious about what happens to the animals, and you also have an open heart. But if that happens to be not you, if you're not curious and you're just here to be mean, well, just leave. Because this is a place really, truly for people who have the intellectual capacity to understand that animals feel pain. If you are here to try to justify you eating animals by saying ridiculous things like you think that plants feel pain, I'm sorry, but you're just not smart enough to be here, unfortunately. All right, so you can just sit at the back of the classroom. This is a place for kind people, for educated people. All of you guys, if you're here with the right intentions, awesome. All right. Love from India. Hey, thank you, Yoga Sharma. I don't know how to say it. Thank you for being here all the way from India. And thanks for letting me know where you're from. I do like that. Where's everybody else from over here on TikTok? Got 2 cameras going, by the way. Thank you to 680 of you guys who are here from YouTube. Thank you very much for already tapping on the screen. Let's just listen to this song one more time, because the animals are terrified right now and they're hidden from your sight. Hey, thank you very much for the fruit that's dancing here. Thank you. You can't see the animals, they're hidden from your sight. Their terrified eyes are pleading with all their might for you to save them by being vegan from now on. Thank you guys very much. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for putting the little flowers on my hair. Guys over here on YouTube, they don't really understand what's going on. On TikTok, you guys are decorating me with these kind of cartoon type images. That's what they're doing over here on TikTok. And that's how they get to the top of the lineup, be able to access me, to be able to speak to me in real life, to be able to be a teaching assistant. So if you can read, you're welcome to come in. If you are over 18, you are welcome to come in. I actually don't mind talking to teenagers who are vegan or younger people, but it's just the TikTok rules, you know? All right, so I don't want any rodeo hats on my head either, because I don't want anything related to the rodeo industry, which abuses all kinds of animals. It's absolutely awful how the rodeo industry does that. Thank you very much for the decoration, by the way. And let's go right into it here and see who's at the top of the list. We've got somebody named Rosie the vegan who is here, who wants to come in and read a card, which is awesome. Guys, remember also that we are using this flag as a freedom flag. To come out as a vegan is really important. When you see this flag, I want you to think of veganism. I want you to think of not just people being allowed to express themselves, being free, but also the animals. This is a freedom flag. We are against the oppression of people and animals. Hi there, welcome to the live stream. How are you today? Oh,
good, thank you.
Oh, okay, I just didn't hear you for a second there. Are you ready to read a vegan card?
Yes.
Oh, okay, let's read the introductory one first, okay? Read this enthusiastically so people understand your role here and what you're doing.
Hello TikTok and YouTube. Welcome to class. I am Rosie, Miss Katie's new teaching assistant. Please tap on the screen 100 times each to create little hearts to encourage me. After that, write the number 100 in the comments and then keep going if you think I'm doing a good job reading and exploring the veganism. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, sorry, it's a little bit hard to watch, but to read there. It says reading and explaining veganism. So your job is
Yeah,
to,
sorry, it was covered.
yeah, no, that's my fault because it's a little bit, I was holding it too low. Okay, so thank you for coming. Would you like to tell everybody a little bit about yourself? Where are you? Because here I'm in Italy. It's 9:45 in the morning here. It is Sunday morning. And you are?
I am Rosie and I live in Australia and it is currently 3:45 p.m. for me.
Oh, wow.
And
So
I have been vegan my entire life.
you have been vegan your entire life. So are you in a hospital right now? Like, surely you must have some sort of terrible protein deficiency?
No, I was raised by vegan parents.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. I really do
Thank you.
appreciate hearing from people like you. All right, so we're going to read a few cards, okay?
Okay.
All right, so this one starts out random vegan fact number 29. Okay, did you know that growing plants to eat uses hardly any water compared to the water needed to produce meat? Can you read the rest?
Producing just 1 kilogram of beef requires 15,000 litres of water. This water is used to grow the animals' food, for the animals to drink, as well as to hose down the huge factory farms and slaughterhouses in order to clean the blood, feces, and urine from them.
All right, so let's go over this a little bit more slowly because I don't know about you, but my experience is when we read something really fast, we probably don't even retain it. For example, do you think that you could just repeat in your own words what you just read? Most people have a hard time doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to do that?
Sorry, I don't think I can.
Right. So, you're an excellent speaker. I love the tone of your voice and the quality. But just remember, when you get to a period at the end of a sentence, when you're a teacher, it's really important to pause. Now, that pause seemed like forever to me. When I pause like this, it seems like forever. Really seems like really an unusual amount of time, but it's so important to maintain the people's attention so that they can learn, all right? So what you just read, let's read this again. Producing, well, let's start at the beginning. Read the green part, okay? Did you know
that
yeah, read it nice and read it really slowly, okay? Because remember, the message is going through the airways into all around the world. It's got to not just get into people's brains, but they have to paint a picture in their own minds of what they just read, you know? So if it's a question, for example, did you know? So right away you're thinking, did you know? Oh, do I know? Oh, what? What do I have to know? Right? So sort of like that. You understand? All right, go ahead.
Okay. Did you know that growing plants to eat use hardly any water compared to the water needed to produce meat?
Okay, so I didn't actually, so just a second. So like I said, when you get to the end of a question like that, it's good to pause. It might have seemed like you paused, but you really didn't. And you said use instead of uses. I feel bad, I hope you really don't think I'm picking on you, but I'm really just trying to show you different little things that you might not have noticed. So it says, plants to eat use is what you said, but it's actually uses. Try again. Did you know
that growing plants to eat uses hardly any water compared to the water needed to produce meat? Producing just 1 kilogram of beef requires 15,000 litres of water.
That's good. Hold on, pause there for a sec, okay? So just picture that, 1 kilogram of beef, it's hardly anything. This is a tiny little amount, right? But then it uses 15,000 kilograms of water. Like 15, it's like I can't even imagine that. Can you? Like I can't even picture what 15,000 liters. So 1 liter of soy milk, for example, the small ones, imagine 15,000 of those are needed to produce just 1 kilogram of beef. So you're probably wondering to yourself, like, the reason we have to pause when we explain these concepts is that people, they don't understand. They're like, where's the water going? Well, first of all, the water goes to feed the crops. And because these are animals, they need to eat like a cow needs to eat so many more crops than you or I do, right? Because they're growing from being a baby to being huge. And when you're growing and walking around and your body is breathing and thinking, that takes calories. And when your body is making its own pee and poo and just pumping the blood around, that takes calories, right? Takes a lot of
Yeah.
energy. So they have to eat so many more plants than we do. That's why it's important to be vegan. So we use up far less land because we don't have to grow as many plants for ourselves. We also produce far less urine and feces, and just so much less water is needed. So the water is used to feed the plants, but not just that. The animals drink an enormous amount of water, these big cows and pigs. They drink a lot of water. And when they shit and they piss, how do they get all the pee and the poo away from them? Well, they use hoses, use a water system to push everything out of the way. Where does all the pee and the poo go? It goes outside of the factory farms. And it goes into these huge, gigantic lakes that they make full of piss and shit. And in the United States, in order to not have these fake lakes, which are just big sewage holes, be too big, they take this sort of mister that they put in there, this machine, and it blows out the shit and the piss in the form of mist that just travels around the whole community. And usually these factory farms are around areas where there's poor people who can't afford to leave. They can't afford to sell their houses. So they go outside and hang their laundry out. And what ends up on their laundry, do you think, Rosie?
Poo and pollution.
Yeah, right? So you see, I'm trying to get this message across in such a short amount of time. So what I'm trying to do is, I know that a lot of people, they're here and they're very distracted. Imagine the people watching right now, right? Somebody in their room is doing something, making noise. They've probably got another device going. So for me to just read the card, it's barely going in, And that's why I wear messages like this, hoping that this is going to go into it. I wear it really big to give people something to think about when they're scrolling past. So that's why it's really important after you read, especially when you have any adjective in a sentence, is to really focus on like a number or a word that really stands out, right? So here, for example, if we say producing just 1 kilogram. Now, you can see me, right? So I'm holding up my finger, let's say. That's a good way as well. People are like, 1, why is she holding her finger? Oh, 1. And then you try to think, what's a kilogram? And then 15,000 liters of water. All right, so when you get to the end of a sentence, it's good to pause for a while. In your head, just think to yourself, 1, 2, 3, like almost try to count to 3 seconds. You're going to see, Rosie, it feels like an eternity. It feels like, oh my God, why am I pausing so long? People think I probably think I can't read. That's not what you're doing. What you're doing is being a really great teacher by helping them to get the point across. What do you think of what I'm saying?
I understand it, and I understand that it'll help people think about it more when you're more enthusiastic on one specific word and pauses in between sentences.
Do you think I'm exaggerating, or do you think what I'm saying makes sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's keep reading, okay? So the black part. Producing just 1
kilogram of beef requires 15,000 litres of water. This water is used to grow the animals' food for the animals to drink, as well as to hose down the huge factory farms and the slaughterhouses in order to clean the blood, feces and urine from them.
You're very good. Excellent. Good job. All right, so hopefully we've taught the lesson. You've read the card. I've tried to emphasize the message, and we'll just put this into my pile that we've done. That's the best we can do today, I think, with that card. What do you think, Rosie?
Yeah, I think that's good.
So do you have any advice, since you're a lifelong vegan, do you have any advice to give to people?
My advice is to just listen to other vegan people. You just got to trust in them, and whatever they tell you, like my parents, when they told me like this is wrong, the animals are getting hurt every day and we're stealing from them, you just got to listen to those people. Like listen to the vegan teacher, everyone here. She's trying her best to teach everyone here to be vegan, and you need to listen to her.
Oh, thank you very much for emphasizing my message. I really do appreciate that. And I thank you so much for coming here regularly, Rosie. I'm not sure what you have planned today, but if you want to stay, you can stay and mute yourself in the corner. It's up to you. And then maybe once in a while, I'll refer to you to emphasize a point, or maybe ask you a question, since you're a lifelong vegan. stay, or do you have to go?
I'm sorry, but I have to go soon as I'm going out for dinner.
Well, that's no problem. Have a great. Are you going to a vegan restaurant by any chance?
Yeah, I am. Down the road from me.
Oh wow, you're so lucky to have a vegan restaurant so close. All right,
Yeah.
what kind of things are you going to eat on the menu there?
So I have my favorite food is salads. My favorite fruit is tomatoes. I'm obsessed with tomatoes. Always been my favorite fruit since a kid. I have cucumbers, lettuce, and then sometimes I have to drink soy milk. Soy milk's my favorite drink. And yeah, some cucumbers, some carrots.
So you get a salad there. Do they put anything in the salad, like any chickpeas or any kind of nuts or seeds, like some sunflower seeds?
I think so.
Or pumpkin
Yeah,
seeds?
I do like taste some nuts sometimes.
Yeah, all right, that's good, because it's good when you go and you get a salad if they give you some sort of vegan protein or a little bit of healthy fat in there. Oh, I have a super chat, so I'm just gonna go get to that. But thank you so much for being here, Rosie. Really
Thank you.
appreciate. Hold on, I don't know. Am I following you already, Rosie? Let me just see.
Yeah.
I am. Okay, great. Yeah, so you guys follow Rosie the Vegan Rose. Rosie the Vegan Rose. That is her channel name over here on TikTok. She has 1,525 followers. And if you have any questions, you can go to her site and she's going to help to teach you. She has been vegan for life. Thanks again, Rosie. Guys, let's tap on the screen 100 times to say thank you for Rosie, who really helped us out a lot here. And she was very patient with me. Picking about how she was reading. I'm sorry if I am too over the top with that, but I just noticed that a lot of people have a hard time understanding what they read. And so I'm just trying to figure that out. A lot of teachers are very alarmed that people don't know how to read, or when they do read and they take a test after, they don't remember what they read because we're all so distracted by things. All right, $2.99. It's by somebody named It's Me Will, who writes, guess who's back? Well, I guess it's you, Will. Hi, Will. Thank you for coming to the live stream today. Thank you for the Australian $2.99 tip. I'm going to press on the heart, boink, and on the little thumbs up, boink. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. All right. Will, next time you come, why don't you help us by teaching a vegan fact, okay? Just write down plants have protein, or plants can't feel pain because they don't have a brain, all right? You could help, You can say hi, and you can also just, oh, here's another super chat. Who is this from? This one says, you don't temper me, do you, Miss Katie? You don't temper me. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't temper you. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. What are you trying to say, Will? Okay, wait, you don't have a question mark at the end of your sentence, but I think it's a question. Anyway, write something else. I don't know how to answer that. Thank you. Thank you very much for participating. Okay, guys. So random vegan fact, we are reading random vegan facts. The next one is about hospitals. All hospitals should serve vegan foods only because meat, dairy, and eggs are linked to cancer, heart attacks, diabetes, strokes, and also, it's just weird to bring death into a place where we are trying to save lives. Right? Doesn't that make sense, everyone? Shouldn't all hospitals be vegan automatically? Yeah, imagine a hospital building right now. Okay, now imagine that whoever is making the menu is deliberately deciding what you're going to eat, right? The healthy foods that go into your body and to the bodies of the people who are lying in the beds. So there's people in the beds of the hospitals upstairs there. They're lying in there and they just had a heart attack, or they had a stroke, meaning that there's a clot in the brain on one side and the other side of their body is paralyzed. So they can't really chew very well and their eye might be drooping, right? That's a stroke. That happens when you eat too many animal products. So if you want to reduce your chances of having a stroke or to have cancer or anything, you should not be eating any animal products. You should be vegan. Now imagine a hospital that then puts dead animals on your plate. How fucked up is that? You're trying to get healthy, and they're going to literally pay somebody to kill animals outside of the hospital and then bring them in, dead animals, into the kitchen of the hospital where they're going to chop them up and put them on your plate. Everything is wrong with that. Everything is wrong with that. Our hospitals should be 100% vegan, and thankfully there are some hospitals in the United States now. In New York, I know there's a hospital, and they are telling their staff to make only vegan foods. So this is great, really great. Nobody needs to eat a dead animal. Nobody needs to drink cow's milk. Nobody needs to eat eggs. They're high in cholesterol, and the egg industry is extremely damaging to the animals. All right, guys. So thank you, guys. Don't forget to take a screenshot of all of the cards that I show you. Take a screenshot and put it in your album in your phone called Vegan Cards. Okay, so take a screenshot by squeezing your phone like this. I'll show this also over here to YouTube. Thanks, guys, for coming in. All right, let's go to the next card. So far, guys, thank you for not putting the rodeo hats on my head today here. And thank you very much for all of the beautiful fruit that you guys put in. That was so cute before. And the next person up is somebody named Marcia. Oh, did I miss? And the next person up is somebody named Marcia. Oh, you seem to have... Sweetie, there's a bit of an echo. You'll have to turn something off. There's a device.
Hello.
You have to turn off your device. There's an echo.
Hello.
Yeah, what did you do?
I think it was my friend's phone was playing in the background.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for coming in. Just 1 sec, I have a super chat on YouTube, okay? I'll leave this here for you to look at first, right away. Just read it quietly to yourself. Okay, somebody, Kulo writes, this is the best comedy skit I've ever seen. Thank you. Oh, well, thank you very much for thinking that I'm funny. That's very cute of you. Thank you, Coolio. Coolio and the Gang. That used to be a band. Yeah, what did they sing? Get down on it. Get down on it. And I think they also sang Celebration Time. Come on. Do, 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 do. I guess
It's a celebration.
it's a celebration. Yeah, I think this guy, Coolio, just gave me $2 over on YouTube, and I think that guy is in that band. Yeah, that's cool. You see, even the famous people are following me. But wait a minute, if you're that famous, why did you only put $2 on there, and why didn't you write a vegan fact? All right, thank you for your comment. But next time you come back, Julio, I want you to write, it's cool to be vegan, okay? If you want, you can even write, it's Coolio to be vegan. That would be a great name for you. You should change your channel name. That would be a cool name. All right. So, my dear, we are learning of different vegan facts, and we're talking about rodeos, which mostly take place in the United States. Do you know what a rodeo is?
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you describe it?
It's a place where cowboys will hurt baby calves and horses for entertainment for other people.
It's such a good explanation. You're absolutely right. Rodeos are places where they tie up the horses, they put carriages behind them, they sit in the carriages, and then they whip the horses, and they force the horses to race. And these horses, they don't want to race. They just want to be left alone with their families in the wild, but they've been kidnapped and forced to do all these things. So let's read what it says on this card. Here you go.
Random vegan fact number 9. Vegans don't go to rodeos because it's cruel that cowboys use horses by forcing them to charge towards frightened baby cows, tackle them, tie them up, and abuse them for entertainment.
Yeah. So entertainment is in quotes, right? Because it's not really entertainment for the animals, is it?
No.
All right, thank you for reading. I'm going to another card to read, okay? But just read it to yourself quietly while I go over here. I'm going to be right back. I have a super chat here. I just want to read this. Somebody named Scribble Tunes writes, gave $4.99 and writes, Roman gladiators were often called barley men because their diet was primarily plant-based, relying on beans and grains for strength. That is an excellent comment. Thank you so much for teaching this, Scribble. Purples, isn't that a great thing? Did you just hear that?
No, could you repeat it, please?
Okay, so the person Scribbles wrote, some gladiators were often called barley men. So gladiators are strong men who were fighting, and they got so strong because they didn't eat animals, but because they called them barley men because they were eating a diet that was primarily plant-based, relying on beans and grains for strength. So that's a reminder. You can be a bodybuilder and you can be vegan. You can be in the Olympics and you can be vegan. You can be a father, mother, brother, sister, somebody of any age, and you can be vegan. In fact, we are all born vegan. Isn't that amazing when you think about it?
Yeah.
We're all born vegan because we're all born wanting to protect animals. We're born not wanting to hurt them, and our mother's milk is vegan because it's not stolen. Our mother's milk is vegan because it's not
Stolen.
right. Okay, let's read this card. This is reasons why I'm vegan. I'm vegan because
I'm vegan because animal agriculture is a leading cause of ocean dead zones, animal extinction, water pollution, deforestation, global warming, forced impregnation, kidnapping, betrayal, and murder.
yeah, that's right. So you see, when we eat animals, we betray them. They trust us and then we kill them. That's awful. Murder is awful. And we are vegan because animal agriculture is a leading cause of so much devastation in the world. In fact, when you are vegan, everybody wins. Every plant wins. Every animal wins. All of humanity wins when you are vegan. There's no downside to it. Do you ever think of it that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, well, thanks for coming in. Do you have anything that you'd like to say or ask before you leave?
No.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming in. Guys, tap on the screen 100 times for this teaching assistant who did a very good job today. Thanks so much for that. Guys, remember, every day is a new day. Every single day is a new day to learn and to be vegan.
Every day is a new day
To learn.
to discover your empathy. Every day is a new day to learn and to be vegan with me.
Every day is a new day to learn and to be vegan with me. Very proud of you guys for being here today, for being as vegan as possible. Let me go over here to my YouTube channel and read the next super chat. Thanks a lot, guys, for being here. Remember to only write super chats that are helpful to the animals, to the planet that we share, and to vegans. Do not write anything ever that is mean. And over here on my TikTok channel, thank you to the person who just put 20 roses. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Look, all the cool people are coming in. We got Roy, Skyla. We got, who else is here? Luna's here. Hi, Dragon. All the cool people. I haven't seen you guys in ages. Who else is here? Oh, a bunch of people are coming out as gay. This is not the place for that. Okay, this is not the place to come out as gay. Today and every time on this channel, we are coming out as vegan. We are here to speak up on behalf of the animals, and this is a freedom flag, right? You can be vegan, you can be gay, sorry, that's fine. Of course, you can be gay, lesbian, bisexual, all that's fine, but this is not the place to come out as gay or lesbian or straight. We don't really care who you hold hands with. We're talking about others today. When you come out as a vegan, you save 100 animals per year. When you come out as a gay person, you don't save any animals. When you come out as a lesbian, you don't save any animals. When you come out as bisexual, you don't save any animals. When you come out as trans, you don't save any animals. When you come out as vegan, you save 100 animals per year, and even way more than that. Because not only are you not, but you are also teaching the world by coming out, and therefore you are helping other people get their 100 clicks to become vegan. So coming out as a vegan is so important, such a wonderful thing to do, and a brave thing to do. Because as you know, when you come out as gay, most times in modern society, people will say, okay, that's cool, and nobody really cares. But when you come out as vegan, what often happens is people are cruel, unfortunately, because they feel threatened by you. They are worried that you are judging them. And in fact, you are judging them because you have now realized that it's wrong to eat animals. And so every time there's a vegan in the room, everyone feels apprehensive and judged because they are not changing. You see, that feeling that you have is not you actually hating the vegan. You might think you hate the vegan, but you really only hate your own reflection. Vegans are just telling you that what you're doing is wrong, but we're also reminding you that you can do the right thing. You don't have to be cruel to animals ever again. Come out as a vegan, and when every single time you see this flag, I want you to think of the animals. Veganism. This is a freedom flag for everyone, okay? Regardless of who you are. Straight, gay, bi, trans, pansexual, asexual, whatever. This flag is for you and all of us. It's also for straight people because it is a freedom flag. That's what this is. Let me read this over here real quick. Okay, somebody writes, I'm not vegan, but I'm vegetarian. Love you. Well, the fact that you are vegetarian means you are an animal abuser, and I don't love you. I'm glad that you say that you love me, but I'm sorry I can't reciprocate. I want you to be vegan immediately, because what you're doing by not being vegan is you are paying people to murder innocent cows. Now, I don't have my card. Oh, here it is. When you are vegetarian, you are literally hurting the animals. The dairy industry rapes mother cows. You, as a vegetarian, Tanya, you are paying for the rape of mother cows. Tanya, you telling me here in a super chat that you're vegetarian shows me that you are paying for the murder and the kidnapping of the babies. That's not okay. None of it is okay. All right? I want you to be vegan immediately. Let's go to the next super chat here. I see there's one red one. It's going to stay longer. I'll get to you in a sec. I'm going to go to the turquoise ones because they go away real quick. Zaza writes, that's why no one likes vegans. They just talk. Actually, there's not a single person who hates vegans. You only hate yourselves. You don't hate us at all.
Nobody hates vegans.
Nobody hates us.
They only hate the mirror vegans hold up to them.
Nobody hates vegans.
They just hate the fact
They know they should be
like them. And the truth is, they so easily can.
You see, nobody hates vegans. You only hate the know you should be like us, and it's easy. You can do it. All right, let's go to the next one. So from Australia. Oh shoot, it's just gone. I'm sorry guys. If it's not yellow, it doesn't stay on the screen long enough. Hold on, I'm gonna try to scroll. I'm sorry guys, it's gone. Okay, there's one here, a yellow one by Scribble, who writes, many plants are complete proteins, including quinoa, soy, tofu, tempeh. This is great. This is great information. Thank you so much for coming here to teach, guys. This account here, Scribble_tunes, did a really great thing right now for society. First of all, the comment is in yellow, so it's going to stay on the screen long enough. Second of all, the person is writing about different kinds of vegan foods that you guys can eat. Lots of different vegan foods that are complete proteins. Quinoa, soy, tofu, tempeh, hemp seeds, meaning they contain all essential amino acids. That's right. Plants have protein, they really, really do. Being vegan is healthy, you know it's true. Plants have protein, they really, really do. So why the fuck aren't you vegan yet? No more excuses for you. No more excuses for you. All of you guys on tofu, on TikTok, you should eat tofu. TikTok, YouTube, thanks a lot. Okay, hold on. I have another super chat here, a red one that's been here for a while. This is by somebody named Scott Russell from Australia, who donated $50, which is quite generous. Thank you very much for that. Let's see what you write. I have a statement for you, vegan teacher. I'm not saying that what you're promoting is wrong. Well, that's good, because how could protecting animals be wrong? Okay, that's a very weird way to start your sentence, your paragraph rather. Okay, or that eating animal products is immoral. Eating animal products, okay, I'm not saying that eating animal products is immoral. Eating animal products is definitely immoral. You are paying somebody to cut the head off an innocent being who wanted to live. So it's definitely immoral, because if you were in that situation, you wouldn't want anyone to harm you that way, or someone in your family. Next one. What I do think is wrong is how you force your views on others with no question. Well, I'm not forcing my views on you, Scott. Scott Russell, you came here by yourself. Scott Russell, forcing would mean me going to your house, breaking down the door, pinning you down and shoving tofu down your throat. That would be me forcing you. Scott Russell, me forcing you to be vegan would be me going to your house, tying you up in a chair and putting toothpicks in your eyes, forcing you to watch the documentary called Dominion, which you haven't done. Because if you had watched that, Scott Russell, you would be vegan right now and you would never be saying this. In fact, you would be promoting forcing people to be vegan. Just like we force our children to brush their teeth. We force our children to go to bed on time. We force our children to take a bath and a shower once in a while. Humans in this society are like children. They are terrified of knowing the truth. They hide their eyes, they block their ears, and people like you, Scott Russell, you obviously have money enough to give me a donation here. But the problem is that you are not a good person, actually, because you're trying to discourage me from doing what I do. So I don't need your money, Scott Russell. What I need you to do is to be vegan, to be a good man, a brave man, and not a coward. Do not come here and give me $50 and then tell me that I'm doing my job wrong. How about you, Scott Russell? You do your job. Your job is to be a protector on this planet. Your job, Scott Russell, is to be vegan like me. I dare you to do it. I dare you to turn on your own camera, sit here, and try to convince the people to stop stabbing innocent animals in the throat. Scott Russell, I dare you to have half the courage that I do, even a tiny fraction that I do. How dare you come here and tell me how to protect the animals? Look, this is the problem with people like you. You pay $50 and you sit there and you tell us what to do. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you. Do not ever come back and give me a cent of your money unless you are here to promote veganism. I don't need your charity. I need you to be a good fucking man, a decent man. Go to the next super chat. Incredible. GameX Max writes, gives $4.99. God gave plants to animals for food. God gave animals to humans for food. How are animal products immoral? They are immoral because if you were the victim, you would not want somebody to stab you. It is immoral to steal from animals because you would not want somebody to steal from you. And this goes for you also, Scott Russell. If you would want anybody to steal from you, then stop stealing from animals. Stop paying for the rape, torture, and murder of innocent animals. What is so hard for the average person to understand? How sickening the vast majority of you are. How absolutely despicable you are. You know, I truly wish there was a concept like heaven and hell, because that would maybe actually convince you guys to be good. The vast majority of you are suffering from cognitive dissonance. You walk around this world and you think that you're good people, but then you pay somebody to take a 6-month-old baby pig and force that baby pig, who after a lifetime of hell on a factory farm, sitting in his or her own shit and piss for their entire lives, never getting to see the sun, never getting to see the sky, never getting to play. A 6-month-old baby pig is forced into a gas chamber where they are lowered down and absolutely terrified. And they are slowly murdered by this gas that burns them from the inside out. They did nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong. And you think it's okay to kill a 6-month-old baby pig for 5 minutes of taste pleasure? For bacon? For sausage? For ham? For pepperoni? For salami? What gives you the right to think that you can do this? My wish is for every single one of you to be treated in the way that you treated the animals. Let me repeat that. My wish is for every single one of you who now knows what happens to the animals is to be treated in the same way that you treat the animals going forward, so you know what that means. My wish is for you to be vegan immediately, to undo the harm that you did in the past.
Be vegan, not violent. Be vegan, not violent.
today I saw a video, and the video showed me something that was happening at Wimbledon. Wimbledon is a famous tennis match that goes on. And what had happened was that there's this fat man in the crowd, and every time the women were playing, he was yelling at them and saying, oh, that was a bad shot. You did that wrong. You should have done this instead. And he was totally disrupting this tennis match, very famous tennis match that takes place where people are wearing white, and is a very formal tradition. This man kept interrupting. What do you think we should do with people like that who interrupt a tennis match? Basically, the person was taking center stage, making everybody focus on him instead of allowing tennis players to focus and concentrate. So I think what should happen is there should be bodyguards, police, and they should drag that guy out of there and put him in jail, because he is not the center of the world. He is not the center of the universe, and he deserves to be removed because he's enabling the athletes to play their game properly and enabling anyone else to have fun. But here's what happened. And this is what everybody seems to think is really funny and cute, but which I think is terribly wrong. They didn't know how to handle this guy. So they said, you know what? If you think that, the tennis player said, if you think you're so much better than me, why don't you come down here and show me how to play tennis? And he took her up on it. He came down. Big fat man came onto the tennis court, and everybody's like cheering, like, wait, this is going to be entertaining. This is going to be great. But here's the problem. What they have just taught this man and all of the children there and an entire generation of people who saw that video is that it's okay to disrupt. Now, here's the thing. Disrupting society is good if you are disrupting it to not be the focus, because you're bringing the focus on the victims. In this case, this big fat man thought he was so important that everybody should watch him and he should be the center of attention and become famous on YouTube. But for what? Now, I'm a school teacher, and here's what happens in our classrooms. There's always one or two children who are exactly like that big fat man who came onto the tennis court and tried to get attention to himself. And here's the problem. The teachers, we teachers, and I'm talking about thousands, millions of teachers around all of the world who are so frustrated by these children who disrupt class. What we're taught to do is, well, just try to be friends with him, with the bad kids. Just try to make them the special helper. And do you know what happens when we do that? The other people around think, well, I want to be a special helper too. So maybe if I disrupt class, I can be a special helper. So by what the society has just taught this man, this guy who just disrupted this tennis game, is they have taught him to do it again. They've taught him that other people in the crowd, next time there's a game at Wimbledon, maybe somebody else is going to think, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to disrupt, and I'm going to yell and scream that the tennis players are doing the wrong thing, and I'll get famous, and I'll get to, they put a whole outfit on him, by the way, made a big joke out of it. But here's the thing, disrupting society is only good if you are doing it for the good of humanity and for the animals. So like when they are selling fur in a store, that's good, because you are showing the videos of how horrible these animals are treated. But disrupting anywhere else, like in a classroom, that is cruel, because you are preventing others from enjoying themselves and from learning. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. Let's go to the next person in here. We have, I'm not sure who this is, but if you're here to be a vegan helper, that's awesome, and thank you for coming.
Hello.
Hi, what do you think about what I just said? Did you hear it?
Sorry for the interruption, but may I say something?
Well, you have to answer my question, otherwise that's impolite. Did you hear what I just said before?
Veganism is...
Okay, so you came here without even listening to what I said. And then, as soon as you had a chance to speak, I asked you a question, and you deliberately didn't answer it. You decided, no, what you had to say was more important than me just simply asking you, hey, what did you think about what I just said? Why didn't you just answer? You are a bully. You are an absolute bully. Shame on you for what you just did. All right, let's go and see what's happening over here on my YouTube channel. Oh, shoot, I just pressed on one of your super chats, and unfortunately, I'm so sorry, but it just flew away. Hold on. That was a turquoise one. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I thought it was a previous person's, and I thought I had more time to answer it. All right, here's another one. By Scribble Tunes, who donated $9.99. And Scribble Tunes writes, many popular snacks are unintentionally vegan, That's so true. Popular snacks, unintentionally vegan. Every single fruit, for example, can be a snack, and that is vegan. Every apple, banana, grapes, easy to put into a school lunch, easy to eat at any time. Pineapple, every kind of vegetable, just grab a stick of celery, cucumbers, excuse me, carrots. All right, including Oreos. Ritz crackers are vegan? I did not know that. I'm not sure where you are, but some Ritz crackers have cheese in them. I'm not sure where you are, but if they've changed the recipe, that's interesting. Doritos spicy sweet chili. That's the only type of Dorito that is actually vegan, I think. Thank you for mentioning that. And Hershey's syrup is vegan. Wow. That's very cool. So Hershey's is a chocolate type of syrup, and of course, chocolate is vegan, right? Because chocolate itself is a plant. The only time that chocolate is not vegan is when you add milk to it, cow's milk, and then it becomes not vegan, because cow's milk is stolen from mother cows, and that cow's milk belongs to their babies. Thank you, Scribble. I'm gonna press a heart on your button, on your comment. Boink! And choop. There we go. You got 48 likes for that. Great. Good job. Guys, keep on tapping for these wonderful people who are being so helpful here as teaching assistants. Big hug to you, by the way. Thank you so much for being vegan and for helping to teach the class. Actually, I don't think you realize how helpful you really are. It's extremely wonderful to have beautiful vegan people come here and reinforce the message. Thank you for that. All right, next person here. Somebody's account name is called I Love Animals. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the live stream. Do you know how to read?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here is a card for you to read. There you go.
My vegan promise. To be kind from now on. I place my hand on my heart as I say these words. Friends, not food. I promise never to eat bacon.
Never to eat what? Sorry, it sounded like you just said the N-word there. I'm not sure why you would do that. It seems very bizarre and very, racist, actually. I mean, I don't mind if you call me that, because I think of it as an acronym, which stands for naturally intelligent, gorgeous, generous, exemplary, radiant. Sticks and stones could break my bones, but names will never hurt me. I just move out of the way when you send an insult towards me. But you shouldn't say that, because there are a lot of people with darker skin who find that word insulting. So don't say that word over here, all right? We're not into racism here. We're against racism. We are against kindness for all. Where's my flag? I already lost it. My goodness, everything's all over the place here on this desk. How could I lose a flag that I just had a few seconds ago? Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. There it is, all right? We are here for freedom for all. We are against racism. We are here to come out as vegans. So if you are ready to come out as a vegan, congratulations. Thank you for being on the right side of history. You're on the right side of history. And by the way, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to my Instagram, it's very important that you do, because you will see videos that they don't let us show you over here on TikTok and on YouTube. So make sure you follow me and go to stories.
What's my address on Instagram?
It's that vegan teacher, Miss Katie. No dots, no underscores, just like that. That vegan teacher, Miss Katie. I want you to memorize this song so you're singing it in the shower, so it annoys you. What's my address on Instagram?
What's my address on Instagram?
It's that vegan teacher, Miss Katie. No dots, no underscores, just like that. That vegan teacher, Miss Katie. All right, go and look at that, because you will see all of the different videos that they don't let us show you over here on YouTube or on TikTok. This will make you sad, it will make you cry, but I am sharing the work of undercover people who go into factory farms and film things. I am sharing on my stories the videos of others who have witnessed horrific animal torture and abuse. And the reason that we need to show this is so you can understand what goes on in the world and how incredibly important it is to be vegan. It is essential that we be allowed to show you what happens. And this is how you find it. Go to my Instagram, thatveganteacher Miss Katie. No dots, no underscores. I have a super chat over here. Let me just read this. This is by somebody named Christina, who donated in European money $11.99. So that's 11 euros. Thank you very much, Christina, for being here. Now, let's see what she has to write. Forcing your ideology on others like this is typical of a cult. Oh yes, yeah, we do have we are starting a cult. Now that I think of it, I don't know where it is. Yesterday I was wearing a cult necklace. I have no idea what I did with it now. But you're reminding me, yeah, we should start a cult. Actually listens to logic and reasoning and is kind. You see, actually what you don't understand, Christina, is that you right now are already in a cult. Christina, you are in a cult, and it's called carnism. Carnism is a cult. You were brought up to think that hurting animals is normal, but that's fucked up. Christina, you are the only one who is brainwashed here by the meat, the dairy, and the egg industry. Christina, you are the one who is in a cult, and you need to snap out of it. You are the one suffering from cognitive dissonance, where your head and your heart tell you that you're some sort of a good person, but in reality, you pay people to cut baby pieces and stick them in styrofoam. You are the one in a cult. You are the one capable of hurting the innocent. I'm not. I'm not capable of hurting innocent anyone, innocent animals or innocent people. I find it despicable. And imagine you came here and you paid 11 euros to tell us what a horrific person you are. How about you don't do that again? How about you use your money the next time that what you do instead of paying this Christina McQueen, or however you spell your name or pronounce it, Christina, how about the next time you write that you apologize to me and you apologize to the billions of animals suffering on factory farms right now. By the way, Christina, in case you don't realize it, you have just come out as an animal abuser. You've just basically told us that you think okay to rape females. Seems to me like your name, Christina, sounds like a female name. And maybe you would change your mind if you saw what happens to the cows. You know that they pin them down and they tie them down and lift up their tails, right? You know that? The cows. How would you like it if somebody did that to you, pinned you down and stuck something up you and forced you to be pregnant? I don't think you would like it, right, Christina? And yet you think that I am forcing my ideology on others. Did it ever occur to you that talking isn't forcing, Christina? Hello? Christina, talking isn't forcing. Talking isn't forcing. You, by writing a comment here, you're not forcing anything. You're just talking. But what you are doing is forcing your money to pay for some innocent being to be raped, kidnapped, tortured, cut into pieces, and murdered in front of their friends who are crying and seeing the blood in front of them. How dare you be such a despicable, horrific person? Shame on you for coming here. Do not ever come back and pay money to tell me something so cruel. I'm not interested in you or your cruel behavior. Let's go to the next person. Tanya writes. Tanya paid $9.99 to write. Please look at this. I have saved chickens from multiple killing factories before. Hope you're proud of me. Of course I'm proud of you. You see, you, Tanya, are the opposite of the person before. The person before you was here who paid $9.99 to talk about how I'm forcing her to be vegan, even though I've never met her, never seen her, never been near her ever, just here on my own channel talking. Meanwhile, you are the opposite of that. You, Tanya, deserve a massive hug. You, Tanya, deserve followers. You are here to say to people that you have saved chickens. Innocent chickens who never did a single thing wrong to anyone. So you, Tanya, are a kind person. You went out of your way, took time out of your day to go and rescue innocent beings who are bewildered and who would end up on somebody's plate. You are a hero. To me, you are a hero. So thank you for writing this here. Now, this is the kind of super chat I want to see. I want to see super chats from kind people who are explaining how they are kind to the animals. And basically, it's just normal decency. Thank you for coming out as a vegan, by the way, Tanya. Thank you for protecting the animals. As you all know, this is a freedom flag. And Tanya, I would love to be able to mail you one of these that you could hold proud. Now, a lot of people think this is a gift. In reality, there's nothing to be proud of to be a gay person or bisexual. You're just being you. It's like, I'm not proud that I have gray hair or that I'm a woman or a grandmother. You know, people are like, I'm so proud to be a grandmother. Why? You did nothing. You know, you should be proud for things that you do if you're a good person. So this is amazing. So Tanya, thanks for coming out as vegan. I hope that you have a wonderful vegan life, and I hope that you get your reward in heaven. If heaven exists, for sure you will be going. I personally I don't think that heaven exists, and so that's why I'm giving you one moment of heaven right now. Okay, this big hug for you. There you go. If God was truly good, he would be hugging you. But since he's lazy or drunk or stoned, we don't know what's happening with God, I'll give you the hug that you deserve. Thank you, Tanya. All right, we got another super chat here. This is by Scribble Tunes, who gave a $49 donation, which is very generous. Thank you so much for that. The person writes, a study from the University of Oxford found that adopting a vegan diet is the most effective way for an individual to reduce their environmental impact, potentially cutting a person's carbon footprint by up to 73%. Now this person, I don't know what the person's real name, but this person calls him or herself Scribble, just donated $49.99 out of the goodness of their heart to help teach a vegan message, to emphasize what I'm teaching. These people, they make me want to cry tears of joy just to know that you exist on this planet. You are not only generous with your money, but generous with your thoughts. This was so thoughtfully done. It was so well done. You know, you actually wrote a sentence with proper punctuation and grammar. You taught people that being vegan can potentially cut down a person's carbon footprint by 73%. That means that by being vegan, we save the planet for future generations. So not only was this person Scribble, I hate to call you that, it feels weird because a scribble is kind of like a messy drawing, you know? And I don't think of you that way at all. No. I think of you as being a good person, and I don't know if you're male or female. I don't know anything about you. I don't know if you're 20 years old or 60, but whoever you are, thank you so much for what you've done here today. I really appreciate you. We have a $5 donation here by somebody else, Dalton Watson, who writes, vegan food. Nope, I'm not even going to read it because you're lying. Going to the next person. How dare you come in here and lie? Shame on you. We're not reading your crappy lies or reading comments that are truthful. This person said, like to say something, even though I am not vegan, I love animals. No, you're not fucking loving animals. What is your fucking problem? How can you say that you love animals and then pay people to cut their heads off? What is wrong with you? Listen, let's read your sentence again. I would like to say something. Even though I'm not vegan, I love animals. How can you love animals if you pay people to hurt them? Is that how you treat people in your family? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you love her by kicking her? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you love him by spitting on him and stabbing him? Hopefully not. What is wrong with you? You clearly do not love animals. If you loved animals, you would be writing something here like, I am vegan thanks to you, Miss Katie. I will never hurt animals ever again. That's what you should be writing. Another super chat. Who is this from? Scribble again. Scribble, thank you. Scribble. This is a very generous donation of $100. Thank you very much for helping me here. I can see that you see my heart. You see how hard I'm working, and you understand what I'm doing here. And I deeply appreciate what you're doing to help me. Thank you so much. Scribble writes, not all plant foods are vegan. Some fruits, like oranges and lemons, are sometimes coated in shellac made from insects or beeswax to make them shiny. This is horrible when that happens. It's really sad when that happens. Additionally, some beers and wines using, what did you write here? Isinglass right? This is like a fish bladder or gelatin during the filtration process. Yeah, this is why we have an app called Barnivore. The app called Barnivore helps us to distinguish which alcohols are vegan and which ones aren't. So you can go and download that on your phone. You can type in Barnivore and write down the name of the beer or the type of wine, and it will tell you whether it is truly vegan or not. So thank you for reminding us of that. Now, with regard to what you said about the coating that could be on certain fruits or vegetables, remember that vegans are striving to be as vegan as possible. We do our best. Being vegan doesn't mean being perfect, but it means waking up every day with the intention of doing our best. Vegans have a right to live, to breathe, to eat, to be members of society. They have a right to ride a bus like anyone else, to have a bicycle. They have a right to own a cell phone. Vegans are trying their best to make this world a better place. And because we don't have a vegan world yet, sometimes vegans have to use products that are not vegan. We will strive whenever we can to do our best. So thank you again for this super chat. Really appreciate you pointing that out. Tanya put a super chat in and says, I'm sorry to say this, I'm not vegan either, a vegetarian. All right, so you came in here. You're not sorry at all. Why would you write your sorry, Tanya? Tanya just came in here to tell everybody that she pays for rape. Tanya just came in here to tell us that she doesn't mind if females are pinned down. You okay with that, Tanya? Really? If somebody did that to you, would you be okay with that, Tanya? You would be okay with somebody pinning you down, or another female friend of yours, somebody in your family, and forcing them to be pregnant? This is what you're doing by being vegetarian. Never be vegetarian. Nobody here should be vegetarian. Vegetarians, because they still drink cow's milk, they pay for the rape of mother cows, and they kidnap their babies and murder the boys. Vegetarians are the enemy. Vegetarians are not kind people. They pay people to steal the milk that belongs to mothers and their babies. Vegetarians repeat the cycle over and over because people keep buying milk, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream. Vegetarians separate mothers and their babies. Vegetarians are evil people. Vegans are over here. Meat eaters are over here. Vegetarians are right beside the meat eaters, just as evil, just as horrible. They end up, in fact, eating twice as much cheese and twice as many eggs. Never be vegetarian. Do be vegan. Be vegan, not vegetarian. Next super chat. This is from somebody named Monster. And the person named Monster writes, hold on one second, guys. I just have to write something here in my booklet here. By the way, thank you everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thanks also here on TikTok. Hey, thank you for the little hand hearts. I'm so sorry, TikTok, if I've been not paying that much attention to you. I'll let somebody else come in, okay? We got somebody named Alice here. Alice, just give me 1 second, okay? I'm just going to read another super chat here. This is by somebody named Monster who writes.
Miss Katie.
Hi.
Let me debate you.
Yeah, no, there's no debate, okay? Sorry, if you're here to debate, I'm going to let you go. There's no debating. We're talking about kindness. You're not going to convince me to be racist towards animals. You're not going to convince me to be cruel. This is here for kind people. Only if you had come in here and said, hey, Miss Katie, I'd like to read a card and then I want to ask you a question, I would have let you back, okay? But this is not a debate. This is a classroom where your job is to be kind to animals. That's it. To learn how to be kind, to get your clicks. All right, Monster writes, and just because I'm not vegan doesn't mean I think hurting animals is cool. Of course it means that. You are literally giving money to pay people to kill animals. What is wrong with your head? I'm sorry, maybe you were dropped on your head as a baby. I don't know what happened to you. But what you're saying makes absolutely no sense. All right, I want you to put yourself in the context of if you were the victim. If you were the victim and somebody was killing you and they said, no, but I love you. Just because I'm killing you doesn't mean I don't love you. What? Make it make sense. Insanity, complete insanity. I honestly think something is really, truly wrong with all of humanity. All of the vast majority of people still eat animals. This guy here wants to come and debate me. Meanwhile, he has dead animals in his intestines. And he wants to come here and talk to me about what, trying to convince me that that's somehow okay? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Good men, their job is to protect animals. Good men protect children and animals. Good men protect women. They protect the earth. They don't come in here and try to justify violence. Okay, here's I think this is another super chat. Hold on a second. Another super chat by Scribble. Okay, I think you just, oh no, I just already read that one. Thank you. Sorry, I was repeating. Okay, this is from Tanya. Tanya, thank you very much for being here. Tanya writes, I tried to be vegan for 3 years. Okay, let me get this straight. You tried hard not to steal from animals for 3 years. But then one day you randomly thought, no, I have to steal. You tried really, really hard not to pay somebody to cut animals to threads and to stab them. But then you thought, oh, it's just too hard. My taste pleasure matters so much more. Okay? You say you were sent to the ER multiple times because what? Because you're too stupid to know how to eat properly? Nobody gets sent to the ER because they ate vegetables. Nobody gets sent to the ER because they ate fruits. Nobody gets sent to the emergency room because they ate nuts unless they are allergic to any of these foods. Nobody gets sent to the ER for eating noodles, drinking soy milk, having a smoothie in the morning. What the fuck is wrong with you, Tanya? How dare you come in here and lie? The truth is that you did not eat properly, and that's on you. That's your fault. All of the information is out there. All you have to do is eat healthy vegan foods. If you're going to be vegan, and what did you do? Drink Coke all day and eat chips? Hello, Tanya? Of course you're not going to be healthy if you do that for 3 years. Insane. Person named Yule gave $5, and the person says, if you want to convince people to be vegan, you should try being nicer. Really? Okay, how about here, I'll try it. I'll try this way, okay? Can you please not hurt animals? Can you just please stop stabbing them? It would make me feel so happy if you would just stop putting 6-month-old baby pigs into gas chambers in the same way that the Nazis murdered the Jews, you know? It was really... Did it make a fucking difference whether I say it nicely or say it as it actually is to the person named Yui? You're so full of shit. You're absolutely so full of shit. Why should the police say nicely, tell you nicely to not kill someone, a person? Police don't have to tell you nicely. They have to tell you once, stop what you're doing, and if you are hurting someone, they will blast you, all right? That's how our society should be right now for people who hurt animals. You're telling me that you want me to tell you nicely to stop stealing the eggs from mother chickens? You're telling me that you think I should tell you nicely about how the baby chicks are murdered in the egg industry? I'll tell you what happens. But whether you decide to be vegan or not has nothing to do with the way that I give you the message. I'm giving you the facts. Here's the facts. Every time you eat eggs, in the egg industry, they separate the boys from the girls. And the boys, when the people look to see that they're boys, they think that they are useless. This is sexism in the egg industry. The males are killed. They are put on these conveyor belts and they are separated. The little boys get pushed down, they fall over the edge, and there's a whole bunch of knives, and the knives are cutting like this continually, cutting. The baby chick sees the knives coming, tries for the very first time in his entire life to flap his wings to try to save himself from the knives that he sees below. He's just born. He can't save himself. So he gets cut up into a million pieces in front of his brothers who see that they are next. How exactly do you want me to say this nicely that will make you change your mind? Here's the truth. There are 951 people watching right now. It doesn't matter whether I say it nicely or whether I scream at you that you're a fucking animal abuser asshole. It doesn't make any difference. The truth of the matter is, once you know that fact, you know that the baby boy chicks are macerated at 1 day old. In this cycle of violence that is the egg industry, you will immediately stop. Once you know, you will never buy eggs again. You will never buy donuts that have eggs again. You will never buy bagels or any other animal product, any other product that contains animals, because that's what a good person does when they find out the truth. Now, I'll tell you something. For years, I was on Facebook talking nicely when I first became vegan. Yeah, I used to tell people in my neighborhood, hey, did you know what happens to the animals? Did you know that that every time you eat eggs, even if they're from backyard farms, it is still a cycle of violence, because in the backyard farms, where these chickens are running free, where are their brothers? Where are the little boy chicks on these backyard farms where people have the chickens? Well, they're all killed. So even if you're taking eggs from backyard farms, it is still part of this cycle of violence. That is why it's so important to just learn the truth and just stop thinking of eggs as yours. They're not yours. They belong to the mother who laid them. And no matter how I say it, it's irrelevant. Once you become vegan, you can do your activism in whatever way you want. But here's the thing, you will never be able to have 580,000 followers on YouTube if all you do is you say, can you please stop hurting animals? Nobody will watch your channel. You have to develop your own personality, your own way of doing things to get people's attention so that you can tell them the truth. Now, if you are able to do it in a way that is kind, and you are able to get 580,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, believe me, I will imitate every single thing that you do. I will admit that I was wrong. I will say, wow, good job. Let's go to the next person. Here we have, we already read Tanya. We got that one already. Let's go to the next. Here we have Huria. Huria, I already know who Huria is. Huria is a vegan, and she's amazing. And so every time I see her name here, I can relax and know that she's going to say something positive. And she writes, if you are vegan and agree with, with Katie, please push the thumbs up. Thank you, Huria. Thank you very much for that. Thanks a lot, guys. Oh, yeah, some people did already push the thumbs up. Thank you very much. I so appreciate you, Huria, for showing up here. I really do. I would love to meet you in real life and talk to you on the phone, actually. You seem like such a cool person. All right, Tanya just gave $4.99 and wrote, I'm sorry. I will try again. I promise. Tanya, really? Thank you. Wow. I'm almost speechless, Tanya. You know, this is why I give people shit. This is why I say it exactly the way it is, because some people like you will actually listen and will change your mind. Thank you so much for your honesty. This took a lot of courage for you to pay $4.99 to tell me this. And you have no idea how much this helps. Because Tanya, not only are you reminding me that what I'm doing is right, but you are also showing other people that it's okay to change your mind. You know, that took so much courage, Tanya. I'm really proud of you. Good job. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of your comment because I want to remember this, you know? Hold on. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video. I'll see, Tanya. I'm definitely pressing a heart on that and thumbs up. 40 people pressed like on your comment. And I think it's so awesome what you just did. Thanks again. Really. Wow. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. I'm just going to see if I've missed any super chats here. I hope I haven't. Monster says, once again, I respect your opinion and choices, but you can't look at this from one angle and one angle only. Please try to look at it from other angles. Actually, I'm the one who is able to look at it from all angles, from the angle of being the victim. You don't seem to have that capacity. Maybe that's why your channel is actually called Monster. All right. So somebody wrote, you're not the biggest vegan channel on YouTube. There are many other kinder channels. Your personality makes me not want to be vegan. And yet here you are, right? Here you are, right here watching me. And not only that, giving me money. $5 you just gave me. If the other channels that you think are so-called vegan, they're not channels that are vegan. They are people who have channels where they are teaching you how to cook vegan foods. But they are not giving you the essential vegan message. The message is, we don't exploit animals. This channel is not a cooking show. This channel is reminding you that veganism is your moral duty. It is a moral baseline, and everybody should come out as a vegan. That's not what the other channels are telling you to do. The other channels that you say are so-called vegan are, for the vast majority of them, are showing you how to cook vegan foods, which is important, of course, but they are not talking about the ethical message, which means that they are teaching people how to cook some beans and tofus and tempeh and rice and all these wonderful things, but they're not telling people, hey, by the way, do not go out there and hurt other animals. When you're at a restaurant, you should still eat like this. And if there is nothing to find out there, do not eat anything else. For example, there's a wonderful channel called Rainbow Plant Life. Rainbow Plant Life. Her name is Misha. Remember that name and go there for vegan recipes. She's a lawyer who became a YouTuber, and she is vegan for the animals. But she is not talking about the ethics that much. Mostly she's showing you recipes. That's her way of doing things. And that makes her much more likable, and everybody thinks, oh, she's so cute, look at all these wonderful vegan recipes. And that's great. And that's why I like to promote her channel. That's why we work well together. I remind people of the ethical vegan message, that you must be vegan as a moral baseline, and she comes in and shows you all the recipes. And together, what a team. Okay? So go ahead and look at her stuff and tell her that vegan teacher sent her. Okay. Let me see what else is here. You're saying, if that's the case, I don't see it. I habe 2 dogs, H-A-B-E. Okay, you love them. You love animals. Do I support these cruel ways? No. But I don't need to be vegan. Okay, I'm sorry that you're too stupid. You person named Monster, I'm really sorry that you're just too stupid to be able to put these concepts together. But once again, you're just doubling down. You are saying that you love your dogs and that you don't support cruelty. But with your money, you pay people to kill animals, to rape mother animals. Pigs in the industry are tied down and they are forced to be pregnant. Then their babies are taken away. The mother pigs cannot turn around. Every time you eat bacon, sausage, or ham, you're paying for that violence. That is on you. That is on you, to the person whose name is Monster. So how about you change the name of your channel and call yourself I'm Vegan Now. That would be a much better name for a channel for you. Guys, I just noticed that we're out of time. Thank you very much to everybody who has been here today to help out with the animals, to teach and to support the channel. A special thanks very much to Scribble. Truly, you did a great job. And also to the people who have come out as vegan. Very much appreciate you. Big hugs. Thanks for being vegan, everyone. Thanks for being as vegan as possible. I know you're all trying your best. I'll do another live stream later. So if you haven't yet pressed the notification bell, feel free to do that. And I'll say goodbye to you. Oh, hold on a second. I just got another super chat pop in. I don't want to miss some of them. Okay, thank you to Yui, who says that vegan channels make you want to be vegan. That's great, good. And the interesting thing is that the reason you got to those vegan channels is because you got into the algorithm because you started watching me. You get it? You start seeing vegan channels, you watch me, you type, the algorithm thinks, oh, the person wants to know about veganism, then they send you to other vegan channels. See how that works? That's why my role is very important. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for being vegan. And thanks for supporting all vegan channels.